And did you know there's a Mormon creed?
Now, this one I had not heard of. I love this so much.
Oh, you do?
I think it's such a great creed thing to have. I think people don't recognize just how much the Latter-day Saint theology allows for this, because basically we just have to be right on the Temple Recommend interview questions.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
We can disagree on pretty much everything else.
This is literally like the 2010 Facebook boomer meme.
Welcome back to Midnight Mormons, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, and today I'm joined in the studio by Kwaku L and Brad Whitbeck. And I found something cool I want to show you guys. Do you remember Reed Moon and the awesome bookstore we went to? You guys remember that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sick. Well, so he actually gave me a book. All right. Just hand it to me. It's kind of funny. He's so BA and so top tier collector, right? I saw this book and he was kind of like, oh yeah, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he literally just gave it to me. He's like, yeah, I think I have some of the things in there or something. But you know what? I was like, what, really? So it's like the things people are willing to give away. Once I had to do a fundraiser for the Boy Scouts back before the Boy Scouts went woke and imploded. And as I walked around my ward, there's this guy who runs a big hedge fund in our ward, and it was hilarious because he said, hey, brother, XYZ, we're having a fundraiser for it. And he just reaches into pocket, pulls out a wad with $100 bills. And I only needed $50 for it or whatever, or $20, but he hands out the bill and he gives it to me as he's walking out. Right. And then I said, oh, okay, cool. Let me give you some. He's like, eh. It was like the most dismissive thing. He pulled out a wad and he gave $100 to 4 of the different people. He didn't even want the change because it's like Bill Gates, they've done the math. And if he sees a $20 bill on the floor, it's not worth the 2 seconds that it takes to pick up because that's how much money he makes per minute. God. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Reed Moon is such a BA collector that he's just like, you can have a little person book, right? So anyway, he gave me this book and it's pretty rad. 50 Relics of the Restoration. And on this podcast, we just got done with a podcast talking about evangelicals and the creeds and so on and so forth, how the Athanasian Creed ruined everything and all that other stuff, debunking a bunch of evangelical claims against us. And did you know there's a Mormon creed?
Now, this one I had not heard of.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
I was like, wait, I was like,
okay,
all the creeds are an abomination. We have our own now?
So check this out on page, I did it wrong. On page 143, we're going to analyze the Mormon Creed. Look at that. All right. So check this out. There's actually a Mormon Creed. Now I turbo scanned this and I put it on the screen for you guys. But look at this. This is literally a stained glass version that's in the Church History Museum of the Mormon Creed. And it says here, let me just go in on this for you. Oop, got to hold on to it. Okay. It says, from the first vision given to Joseph Smith in 1820 to the faith of the Latter-day Saints was one without creeds. In the 1838 history recorded Joseph Smith, the Savior's disapproval of Christian creeds, writing, the personage who addressed me said that all their creeds were an abomination in his sight. Now, as we know, this is something that a lot of times people take offense at when we're doing our apologetics online and so on and so forth.
It's an abomination. Yeah, of course it is. Have you read it?
Yeah. So anyway, our faith is known as one without creeds. And Joseph Smith continued. I just want to give a little bit of history here. Joseph Smith avoided established creeds, instead finding joy in exploratory thoughts about religion, which falls in line with what Kwaku oftentimes quotes Joseph Smith as having saying, what was it? You're never in trouble for believing too much? Or I
never heard of man being damned for believing too much, just believing too little.
Okay, rock on, exactly. So that's in line, and he says, in an April 1843 address, he declared, Methodists, that's Kwaku's old peeps, you know what I'm saying? He said, Methodists have creeds which a man must believe or be kicked out of their church. I want the liberty of thinking and believing as I please. It feels so good not to be trammeled. And then he says, the early saints never accepted the creeds adopted by more Orthodox Christians, nor did they form their own. However, and this is a big however, throughout the 19th century, and we'll pull it up here again, An informal, somewhat tongue-in-cheek saying began to be circulated among the saints as the Mormon Creed. Its status as an official church teaching is debatable, but its popularity among the saints was indisputable. In its simplest form, it read, "Mind your own business." So look at that thing right there, dude. That's a stained glass of the Mormon Creed. And dude, this thing got some circulation.
I love this so much.
Oh, you do?
I think it's such a great creed thing to have there. Just like mind your own business. Just especially in the context that Joseph Smith said it. He's like, I want to be able to believe what I believe. I want to be able to understand. And I think people don't recognize just how much the Latter-day Saint theology allows for this, because basically we just have to be right on the Temple Recommend interview questions.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
We can disagree on pretty much everything else.
By the way, it shows that Mormon man caves haven't changed in 200 years. Look at this right here, dude. You straight up got like stained glass creed right there. Mind your own business. Saints will observe us. All others ought to.
This is literally like the 2010 like Facebook boomer meme. You know, I don't know, like, you know those like stickers people in their car, like the
keep calm and carry on stuff.
I'm a Marine veteran. If you see me running away from something, you should be too.
Yeah.
Like, and like 50-year-olds share it because it's like,
if Delta Force is toxic masculinity. No, sorry. If masculinity is toxic, Delta Force is radioactive.
Yeah, it's got that same energy. Yeah,
you know, like, yeah. If you can read this sign, you're within range. No trespassing.
Yes,
you know.
yeah.
So yeah, this guy's got straight up stained glass, and you know what, dude? This actually made its rounds and was super popular. It kind of makes me wonder, like, why this even went away. Because look at this. This is a little bit of history I didn't know here, Brad. This will blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
The Mormon Creed was born out of the political controversies that the saints found themselves enmeshed in during the 1840s. Yes, we're all very aware. That's when the persecution started, like right out the gate in the 1840s. William Smith, brother of the prophet, founded The Wasp, a newspaper with a pronounced political purpose to combat the shafts of slander of people that were opposed to the church. So we've all heard of like the Millennial Star in Britain. We've all heard of the Nauvoo Expositor. But have you guys ever heard of the Wasp, started by William Smith?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a good paper.
Oh, you know what's kind of funny is the Wasp woman I think it's
white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
No, oh no, that's funny. No, The Wasp Woman is a horror movie made in the 50s that's now in the public domain, I believe, and it's made by the guy's name starts with an R. I can't remember his name, but yeah. Whenever I see The Wasp, I always think of that really bad horror movie called The Wasp Woman. I have a first edition 8mm copy of it, so maybe we'll do a review of it one day. But anyway, in The Wasp, he said this, and check this out. The phrase was reprinted again in the Millennial Star, and this time was shortened to "Mind Your Own Business," accompanied by the explanatory note. We think the practice of the above worthy of recommendation to many who are not over scrupulous in their statements respecting the character and religion of the saints. And this is where they're channeling their inner Kwaku. Also worth the notice of the saints who forget the gospel by attacking the systems of men. I thought that one was interesting, right?
Yeah.
And the phrase was brought into further circulation among the saints when Joseph Smith declared, "We will be in peace with all men so long as they will mind their own business and let us along." That was actually kind of BA. There's like a little bit of spice behind that one. You know
That's
what I'm
awesome.
saying? But yeah, dude, so where did this go? Like, why did this go away? I've never heard of the Mormon Creed. Had you heard of that before?
Well, here's the reason why it disappeared. Because the church became so good at this, they moved into the middle of the desert where they could mind their own business and be certain others would too, by virtue of miles and miles of dry desert.
Dude, should we just be making our own shirts with the Mormon Creed, mind your own business? Like that is kind of like, this is Card in the Boomer King. I'd wear that shirt, maybe, in Utah.
It's funny.
On,
I
like,
don't
conference
think
weekend.
people would recognize it as the
Yeah,
Mormon
that's
Creed.
true.
We'd have to like very clearly mark it as the Mormon Creed. And then people would be like, why are you calling it this? And it's like, it just requires so much explanation.
That's true.
Okay, cool. So anyway, I just thought this was like totally awesome. I want to go see it. And I got to tell you, I want to make this, like when I get a door and I finally have the money to pay for like a custom door in the front of my house, I will make a straight up stained glass version of the Mormon Creed, and it will be like pretty dang sick. Oh,
Any like door-to-door salesman will be like, this is the weirdest no soliciting sign I've ever seen. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
we could make that. I'm paying a neon sign guy to make some blue neon signs, kind of like my cool little clock back there. I got a couple more clocks that are coming up.
Mind your own
You
business
know,
in the back.
mind your own business. That could be kind of cool, dude. Anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you dig this? Would you throw this in your man cave? If you're a girl, because we got some really dedicated lady watchers out there, would you put this in your she shed? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is that a thing in Utah where they call it a she shed?
I've heard the phrase. I just think it's so dumb.
Yeah, well, they build these cool little sheds, like little guest houses, and they put them all, like they make them like little Zoom rooms, and they're called like she sheds.
The things themselves are actually kind of cool, but
Yeah. So anyway,
weird name.
would you put this up next to that fish that is the motion detector that comes out and start singing? You know what I'm saying? Would you put that next to your Boat Brass Pro Shops fish in your man cave? I would. That's all I can say. Anybody else got anything else before we go? That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mind your own business. This is Midnight Mormons. See you in the next program. Hey guys, Cardinellis here. I am the creator of Midnight Mormons, and first I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. We know in an attention economy, there's all kinds of podcasts and shows you could be keeping up with, and you chose to be here with us. That means a lot. Thank you. If you haven't had a chance yet, please consider contributing to the channel through Venmo. If you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed yet, please do all of the above. And 3, right now we're actually taking sponsors for the program. If you have a product or you have a company that you would like to publicize, please reach out via the website and we will have that conversation. Again, we know there's all kinds of programs out there that you could be listening to or you could be watching, but you chose to be here with us. For that, we are grateful. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.